All right, ladies and gentlemen, Cleveland Browns Methadone is back. I know you missed us. Lots happened since you last saw us. Danny, feedback. What says you?
Oh, this is a rough week to come by. We missed this by 1 week. If we would have come back next week, it'd have been, or last week, it'd have been real good. But, whew, it's a rough one, buddy. It's a rough one. It's tough to
Well,
watch.
Okay. Let's start with this quarterback controversy. I know you're a Manziel guy, but this all started the week before with that contract talk and all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
Would you concur that Hoyer gives us the best chance to win at this present time?
I would probably think so. Wins and losses wise, yeah.
And so why are we even talking about this right now? I mean, I can see in a couple weeks, you're out of contention, and that's fine and dandy, but right now, what is this? I mean, haven't we seen enough rookie quarterbacks play? I've seen enough rookie quarterbacks play in my lifetime for the Browns, let alone another one. I mean, and I hope Manziel does well, but why force the issue?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not quite time yet. And actually, seen today, there was some report, I guess, Pettin said that he thought about benching him during that game and putting Manziel in. So he was thinking about it, but I think you got to let Hoyer ride out a little while longer.
If I own the team and a coach just had a chance to go up 9-0, and he didn't kick the field goal, which would have probably given us the win. I mean, that would have knocked the life out of Jacksonville because they were outplaying us even from that. Now, the momentum completely changes. 4 or 5 plays later, they're in the end zone, and you go into halftime with a 7-6 disadvantage instead of a 9-0 advantage. I would start talking about, I don't know if this guy will be employed. That's what the real issue is here. Hoyer played horrible, but everybody played horrible. Why is this getting pinned on one guy?
Yeah, no, you're right about that. That's a big flub by the coach. I mean, Hoyer so far still his statistics are pretty good. 7 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Truth about Johnny is he's going to be real fun to watch, but he's going to be a bit of a turnover machine. He's going to run around a lot. He's going to fumble a little. He's going to throw a lot of interceptions like all rookies, and especially the way he plays. So if we want to win and don't want to turnover, I mean, we got a +3 turnover margin right now. That's mostly because he's only thrown 2 interceptions in 7, 6, how many games, whatever. I mean, he's only thrown 2 picks. So
now, if they want to come right up front and say, we're just going to try to entertain you this year, we're not really trying to win. Yeah. Okay, but that's the only way that this would make any logical sense to me. And after all these years, this team isn't that. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. I mean, I'd be ecstatic with 7-9. I'd be over the moon at 8-8, and we have the chance to get there.
Oh yeah.
And if you keep on throwing these rookie quarterbacks in there, and you keep on going 4-12 and 5-11, you never build a winning team. I look at Hoyer as the bridge to. He's not going to get us to the playoffs. Maybe he will. I mean, it would take quite a feat. There's an outside chance. But what he's here for is to win some games in the here and now. And then you hand off the baton to Manziel, and, hopefully he wins nine games. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, they got I don't think there's many problems right now. I think maybe if Hoyer ends the season or plays the whole season and does good throughout the season, then they're going to have some decisions to make with money and all that. But actually, I think we still got the second most money to spend. So
that's a whole other thing. You're trying to win, and you still have $23 million in
they do. Yeah, they do.
What are these free agents? Either they don't want to spend the money, or the free agents are getting paid in Jimmy Haslam pilot flying J bonds. That's the only thing I can make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's some truck and gift certificates, definitely. I think that's what it's. Those don't count for the salary cap at all. Yeah.
Okay, now, the thing about me, a head coach, he makes the world of difference between wins and losses. This is the second time this year that I've seen the Browns field the ball inside the 5. Now, you don't field a punt inside the 5, and if you do, you don't let it hit you in the head. And basically give any chance of a win turn into a loss. I mean, what like some of those things that I saw, what was I watching? Is that Team Curse?
That's the old classic Browns that we know and love. It was all coming back to us. That's the old classic Browns from the early 2000s.
But that's what happens when you don't take that 9-0 lead. You know what I mean? Because everything just starts unraveling then. The fundamentals get completely thrown off, and like it's helter-skelter. And that's a good song, but I don't like seeing it on the football field.
Yeah, you're right, Huge. You're right, man.
They're making me smoke.
Well, I mean, you got to look now. See, we're talking all offense here now. Now the truth has to come out. Now the truth has to come out, because I'm telling you right now, it's official that we have an average offense, and we should be happy about this average offense. All right? Now, let me talk about this. Yeah, so far. Now we've run the ball really well. We're one of the best teams running. I'm looking at some stats over here. We got 800 yards. All right, it's split up between 3 backs, but we're averaging 4.1 yards, 800 yards. That's ridiculous. I don't even know if we got that much combined last season. I'm not even joking over here. Now, but listen to this, and that's good numbers. That's above average. That's good running attack. We are giving up 933 yards for, you won't even believe this, an average of 5 yards a rush, dude. I mean, an average of 5 yards a rush.
You want to know something else, Mike?
Oh.
Mike, if you go to Buffalo Bills team defense last year, this is what I did yesterday. I did a story on it. It's the same thing. They were, I think, 7th in the league against the pass, and they were 29th against the run. His defense does not stop the run. And, in this division, when it starts getting cold and muddy, and you got to be able to stop the run, and his defenses are not designed to stop it. So that could be troubling down the road, because they made that Michigan quarterback, I forget who would play running back last week for
Denard Robinson.
Yeah. Denard Robinson. He's a quarterback.
I know.
And they make him look like Walter Payton.
I know. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, man. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Whew.
This is not anything that any Browns fan wants to hear, but I think you'll be able to guess the answer by the question I pose. What was Pat Shurmur's record after 6 games with the Browns?
Oh, but did he get off to a good start?
He was 3-3.
Did he really? No shit.
And what was Chudzinski's record starting with the Cleveland Browns?
He actually did win a couple games. They did win some games. Well. Yeah, that was the beginning of the season. Yeah.
So, you've got to – this is a key week. If they don't win this week, holy hell, it's going to be torture. And we're right back to square one.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was troubling when all the national media is talking about how we're going to hit, 6-2. They were looking at our next 3 games, and they were saying, Jacksonville, and I was like, we're screwed. Once the national, I was like, we're done. because I know that we got a couple guys that are starting to listen to it, and then.
Well, Patton himself listened to it by not kicking that field goal. You kicked it. If you're going up against the New England Patriots in Foxborough, does he kick the field goal there?
Any team, and I like to take risks, but in any, I mean, if I'm playing Madden, there's no way. 2 scores is 2 scores, man. I mean, you know.
And then you're going to allow them, and okay, the Browns weren't moving the ball to begin with. You know, all those drives were really funny looking. So now you think you're just going to be able to push the pile? Then that was a yard and a half. That wasn't like, 6 inches. That was a yard and a half.
Yeah.
That was reckless.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was really surprised he made that call. That was crazy.
No, what was crazy is the one in the next half where they're running off and running on like it's a hockey match.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was that?
It's not good. Not good to look at, man. That's some bonehead football right there, you know.
What do you
Both
see?
sides of the ball right now. I mean, although it's a passing league, teams are going to run it if they know that you can't stop it. You know what I mean? I mean, they're just going to keep running it. They're just going to keep doing it. And we keep making everyone look like McFadden's about to kill us this weekend. You know that. Like McFadden, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to kill us. And I don't think he's even run for 100 yards this season. He's getting 100 yards. We better watch it. MJD might get 100 too and make us look really freaking horrible.
You know what scares me is that with all this talk of this quarterback controversy that's just a manufactured thing, I looked up the rookie quarterbacks basically to show, okay, here's Hoyer against the rookie quarterbacks. And, if you looked at the numbers, you'd say, well, yeah, I want Hoyer. You know what I mean? And Manziels not going to be any different. I mean, it's a big learning curve going from the NCAA to the pros in the first year. Yeah. But the best rookie of the class so far is Oakland's.
Yeah,
and
Carr.
I think he's only been sacked 4 or 5 times.
Oh, really?
He's thrown, a pretty decent number of touchdowns. The interceptions are a concern as any young quarterback. But if they can't pressure this guy and they have a running attack, I mean, this could be a long day. I mean, this is not a give me this week.
Oh, not at all. No, not at all, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, hopefully our offense bounces back big. I don't know what's going on with Jordan Cameron. I thought for sure was going to be like our only weapon and heavily targeted, and they're barely even really throwing it to him. So,
well, what it is, that shoulder injury, I guess Brian Brennan was talking about it on one of the shows. He had that exact same injury. And what it is that you can't really lift your arm. So he's limited.
Yeah.
That's just the fact. You know what I mean? And he's playing through it. He's costing himself some money this year by not signing that extension. I'll tell you that because, this by the end of the year, this is going to look ugly unless things turn around drastically.
Yeah, and it's still far ways off till we get Gordon back. You know what I mean? That's week 12 is a far away.
Did I lose you?
Nope, you got me.
Okay. So, defensive line looked horrible. Gilbert actually looked pretty decent last week. Hayden looked really good. You got to really give your hats off. I mean, give the credit where the credit's due. Special teams, I don't know what the hell that was. What are the positives, I guess? I mean, going forward, or is this gonna be a tailspin? Is that what we're looking at?
I wouldn't think so, and that is the true test, because even with these other, you've seen how these other teams, I mean, they were writing off Brady and Belichick, and I mean, that was, it's still a season long, NFL season long. The overreactions of the week to week is what gets our emotions going.
Well,
We
yeah,
shouldn't have got as
calling
happy as we were, and then now we're as down as we are.
they were calling Hoyer Sipe and Kozar. I always said, no, that's not the case. I compare him to Mike Tomczak, a winning quarterback, but like not really a frontline quarterback. Somebody that needs help around him, basically. But if you look at the records, they're winning quarterbacks. And sometimes you win ugly. But Sipe and Kozar, like Sipe was an MVP. Bernie was a national championship winner.
Yeah.
Sipe and Kozar are in Cleveland.
Oh, man. They're just wanting that hometown hero to work out huge. They fell in love with him. But I'm telling you, if he keeps up, actually, hey, this 7-2 touchdown interception ratio, you keep that up over a year, you throw 20 touchdowns and only 6 or 7 interceptions, and you're gonna get those 8 wins that you're talking about being happy about. You're gonna get those 8 wins, man. I mean, all he has to do is just get back to what he was doing, and it's a little rough right now. But you know what? I do think when Gordon comes back, the December schedule gets tough, but I think he's going to come back in, and that's going to balance it out.
You know what I mean? That's the truth. Josh Gordon is probably the best player in the league. I think he comes back after week 10, actually. I think they got him for 6 games, Mike.
Oh, I thought it was 12 is what I was hearing because of the bye. And, I mean, it would still give him 12, 13.
The DUI, actually, since they got it in before that collective bargaining thing, that basically exonerated him of 2 games. Remember, they did that quick plea deal?
Oh. All right,
so
well, that's good. I thought it was 12 right now, but that'd be good if it was 10. That would be sweet.
Yeah, because I mean, you go 4-2 down the stretch, and you might be in business there. You know what I mean? If we can win some of these games that we're supposed to, and Cincinnati looks horrible right now.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I mean, they could fall apart. They're but they got Flacco, and Pittsburgh, I mean, they just rise from the dead. I mean, they looked dead to rights yesterday, and then they come back to win.
I know. That was ridiculous. They got problems too, but they do have young offensive playmakers of Brown and Bell.
And they have a structure. You know what I mean? Like, we're just flying at the seat of our pants, going for it on 4th and 1.5 for no reason. That doesn't happen in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Now, I am trying to make a movement here. And I don't know if you saw the report today. LA Times is reporting that the NFL is looking at LA, and they named 3 teams, one of them being the Rams, to move to LA. Now, I'm proposing a 3-way trade because I know what it's like to lose an NFL team. So what I'm proposing here, so everybody wins. The Browns get the Rams back. I mean, Cleveland gets the Rams back.
All
so they
right.
get their original home.
Okay.
We send Haslam out to L.A. Now, you can't leave St. Louis empty-handed, right? So we send them Mary Kay Cabot and Tony Grossi. It's fair, isn't it?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think that little fish is in a way too big of a pond out there. Grossi and Cabot are going to get swallowed up, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say what else is going to happen. We know what's going to happen. Ooh, man. But I like you. I like that you're a thinking man. You're a wheeling and dealing man. That was good.
I'm thinking of all the different, scenarios. St. Louis needs something.
And the Rams word from Cleveland, right? It was in the 40s.
That's our team.
Right? Yeah. We want him back. Damn it.
Oh, I don't know if I can tolerate these Browns anymore. I mean, this has got to turn around, right?
Eventually. It's a
When they
slow,
moved away.
slow process. It's gonna be, maybe we can get 7, 8 wins. Maybe the next year 8, 9 wins. It's still gonna be nice and slow. On the rocking chair, huge, nice and slow.
This defense, though, it's so concerning because you have to be able to stop the run at least. As I say, that was 29th last year. They're 20. The same type of defense is 28th this year, and now the defensive line is down left and right. I mean, this is going to get ugly. Another guy just landed on the IR today. We might be signing Michael Sam pretty soon.
Oh, I seen that. He got released, man. He got released. He's out there. He can do some pass rushing, man. If I were Michael Sam, I would treat this like I'm a race car driver, man. I'd get in a car and I would drive around, dude. And when I seen a sign that said parking in rear, I would go in that lot and I would park there, because sometimes you got to go through the back door, and that's what we got to do. We got to go through the back door.
Oh. As long as he doesn't hit Manziel in the back door, we're all right. All right, so we're going to end with predictions. What do you see happening on Sunday, my friend?
Actually, I think we're going to rattle off 2 in a row. I know that's bad to say because it sounds like I'm looking ahead, but rattle off 2 in a row.
I'm getting a bad feeling. I mean, like, I've been down this road before, and looking at those numbers today, I think we're going to fall, and I think it's going to turn torturous. I think I'm going to say it's going to be something in the fourth quarter, some fluky thing. I can see the bad moon horizon. I hate to say it.
Well, if we ever needed a little bit of hometown cooking and some fan support, those bastards, we need them to get loud for this rookie quarterback. And you know what I mean?
No, you're actually hitting on something here, Mike. They might be getting loud for the wrong rookie quarterback. That might be the problem.
I see what you're saying. That's true. Now we don't need none of that yet. Yeah, we don't need that yet. That's
but
too.
They're already setting this up. You know what I mean? That's the problem. And these people just loop it up without, thinking for themselves. We had a chance, and we still have a chance, to make this a pretty productive season. You don't make a productive season by picking in the top 5 every year. That's not good. We've learned from that.
Yeah.
You have to establish a winning culture, and I mean, this week is so key. I hope I'm wrong. I think I'm going to dress as a priest and sprinkle holy water over Berea because I think the place is cursed.
Because it's St. Adalbert's.
That's a good idea. It's right around the good idea. But look what it did to you. I don't know if I tried that.
Yeah, look at me. Look at this hat. This is a one-of-a-kind hat. Look at that. Johnny football. Oh, man. But I'm hoping that we actually don't see it till 2015. Yeah, or later. Or even later, to tell you the truth.
I say we're under two games 500, then you throw him and you see what he's got, that's fine with me. But until you're out of contention, there's no reason for it. Hoyer.
Yeah, 2 games under. You could be with that. Yeah, I mean, it depends how it unfolds too. If it's our defense collapsing like this, I mean, they're not. Our defense won that game against Pittsburgh. Well, both sides did really well, but obviously the defense totally held them down. You know what I mean? But besides that, what has our defense really done much? Besides a few interceptions, quite a few interceptions. Actually, 7 interceptions is quite a bit. But come on, we sort of look like crap on defense. It was just one bad offensive game. I think the offense is going to come back, but I really don't see this defense getting any better, especially when the front line is as banged up as it is. How are they going to stop the damn run? You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. These are bad teams. These are the Saints. All 3 running backs killed us. Denard Robinson's not even a running back. He looks like damn Eric Metcalf back there, like 170 pounds, that runs through us. I mean, it's just like, man, come on.
You know,
really?
that's my biggest criticism of this whole thing is that, okay, you had a chance to draft a couple playmakers. I mean, I'm happy that they got Manziel. I think he'll work out. I think it'll pan out.
Yeah.
But imagine if they would have got 2 players that, produced, and they went to the free agent wire and, spent some of that $23 million that's just laying around. This team would probably be in top of the division. I mean, or, 1 game behind. Hoyer isn't going to be the long-term solution, but he can win you games. I mean, he's proven that.
Yeah.
3 as a Brown starter. I mean, that's enough for me right there.
You're darn right. That's as a Brown starter. That ain't no what the hell is his name out there in damn Green Bay and fizzled out in Seattle. And Matt Flynn. This ain't no Matt Flynn deal to where some guy blows up for 2 games and then gets his crazy contract, and you see how that ended up. This guy's winning on pretty much we're average at best squad. He did it last year in a couple games, and he's doing it this year.
And it might not look picture perfect, but he's a winner. I mean, there's a difference in life between winners and losers. I'm a loser, unfortunately. I don't know about you. The jury's still out.
Look at this hat. I'm a winner. I'm a winner, man. This thing costing me a lot. Seriously, this thing costing me a lot. Oh, man. And this. I got the whole wardrobe over here. See, this is how we represent down in Orlando. I got the damn knee-high socks. If I got to pull them up, boom, we're ready to go. We're ready to go, huge.
Wait till you get that sweater. That's going to be fun.
Oh, man. All right. Well, you better close this up while we're on a good note here.
All righty.
We're gonna get 2. We're gonna get 2.
We're coming to get you, Grossy. We're shipping you out to St. Louis.